All right, welcome back. Well, guess who's going to talk about college? Yep, Denny is going to talk more about college. So today's topic, how do I get involved on campus? And it's a really great topic. As I tell my students, I'm glad you asked. Regardless of how you feel about that, I want to go into some ways that you can get involved on campus. Now, instead of making my own list, I found a list online, and again, I will post the link below. The article is entitled 10 Ways to Get Involved on Campus, was written by Lorrie, I believe. And honestly, she did a great job. I don't know that I could do any better. I don't know if mine would even be as good, so I'm just going to use hers. But we'll just walk through these one by one, and then I have one of my own I will give you at the end. So in the interest of not having an hour-long video, let's jump right in. Number one, participate in community service. Getting involved on campus, there's many ways you can do this. Community service is a really great thing to look at. Community service, I've always found it to be personally fulfilling. It's a great thing to put on a resume. Fun story, I was at an event last fall, yeah, and I was on a panel, actually, me and two other brilliant people, and actually it was kind of like, why am I sitting up here with these brilliant people? And we kind of had some back and forth on some discussions on ways students can be prepared. And one thing we all agreed on was how important volunteer experience can be when building a resume, and community service is a really great way to do that. So think about, excuse me, think about participating in community service opportunities. Of course, they're great for meeting like-minded people as well. You might meet one of your best friends at one of these events. Joining things like a pre-professional organization. I know where I work, we have a number of organizations aimed at different majors, different careers, things like that. Again, this can put you in touch with like-minded people. This can be good too, because this can put you in touch with employers. And again, it can go on a resume, and things like this could lead to a career one day. So this is something that may not even help you just now, but may actually help you in the future. So number three, is a potentially controversial one, but we'll go ahead and share it. Joining a fraternity or a sorority. Now, sometimes fraternities and sororities get kind of a bad rap. I don't think that's completely deserved. I don't think it's really even all that much deserved. And it's probably something I'm going to do its own video on, so I'm not going to go into it at length here. But long story short, fraternities and sororities do a lot of great things as far as service, and also a number of people have told me some of the deepest friendships they've had, at least in their early adult life, have come from participating in fraternities and sororities. So that's definitely something you can look at. I think it's easier to get involved in these too, because when I was a freshman, people used to do what we call pledging, and people would be asked to do very embarrassing things. Everything from, I remember people coming to class in togas. I remember people having to take care of an egg for like 3 weeks and stuff like that. I won't say it doesn't go on. I work on a college campus and I don't see it going on. So I think with anti-hazing rules and things like that, it's you can actually get into Greek life without doing some of the humiliating things you may have had to do back in my day. When you started. Number four is great, finding an on-campus job, which not only allows you to have money, which we all need, but on-campus jobs are great because, again, you might get to meet people. I've had a few on-campus jobs, and that led to some really great friendships. On-campus jobs also tend to be flexible, more so than your average run-of-the-mill job. So looking for on-campus jobs can be a great thing to do. Plus, they can just be fun. I had an on-campus job working in a recreation-style center one time, and I spent probably more of my time fine-tuning my pool game than I spent doing anything else. So it wasn't exactly what I would call back-breaking work either. So looking at on-campus jobs can be a great thing to think about. You can also think about number five here, participating in research projects. Participating in research projects can be great if you have maybe grad school in mind. Not to say that you won't get into grad school if you've not done research, but especially if you're applying to a competitive program, even as an undergrad student, getting involved in research projects on campus could potentially help you stand apart from the crowd. Not to mention, it can help you learn a little bit more about your major and your career choice, and maybe some of the things that you're looking at going into. Not to mention, I think, especially if you participate in a neat research project, it can be fun. It can be eye-opening. Some of the things you learn, it can be very fascinating. I mean, it's how I how I feel about it. Number 6, get involved with residence life. And I think if you live on campus, this can be a little bit easier, but and which is kind of closely tied to number 7, which would be attending social events, which I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But if you do live on campus, get involved with our residence life. Even if we're not talking about just huge drastic things here, think about things like even like in your room, leaving your door open so people can come and talk to you, even things that small. But also kind of leading us into number 7, think about attending social events. Think about going to events that you never thought you would attend. Things might be really different, things you wouldn't have seen yourself at, because you never know who you're going to meet at something like that. You also may realize there's a hidden passion you didn't know you had. I'll give you an example. Where I work in the community, last fall there was a Greek festival, and I, due to a schedule conflict, couldn't actually go. But someone brought me some Greek pastries, and I was like, man, these are excellent. And who would have known I would have liked Greek pastries, though? But look at me, I probably would like any kind of pastry, but that's a different story. Number 8, attend special lectures, performances, and presentations. And I know it's hard to believe, but before television, me being a communication major, I studied this a little bit, but people would do these weird things where they would actually listen to speeches for fun. I know, isn't that insane? Because really, what else was there to do? On college campuses, you have the opportunities to go hear someone speak. If you have that opportunity, you should take it. Lectures, performances, presentations, and sometimes they get really world-class people in. I know where I work recently, they had a number of CEOs from some very reputable companies come in, and it was an incredible event. So pay attention to opportunities like that and go take those opportunities when they come up. Number 9, join an intramural sports team. And again, not only is that fun, I just found some pictures recently back in 2008, 2009 when I was away at school in the spring. We would play mud football when it was just barely warm enough to be outside. And I found a picture, who knows if I can locate it, maybe I'll include it for the video, a picture of us all covered in mud, and we roll around in the mud playing football. And I mean, it was just a lot of fun. And not only, again, do you get to meet people that way, but also it can be great to stay in shape, because I'll tell you, the college freshman 15 is what we call it. It's a very real thing. A number of people gain weight when they go to college because sometimes students are used to being athletic in high school, and then they go from maybe not being as active to having unlimited food on campus, and that's not too good for the old waistline. So intramural sports can help with that too, because it can be hard to work working out into your routine, but if you can make it fun and do it with other people, it can really help keep you in shape. Intramural sports are a wonderful way to do that. Number 10, pay attention, see what's up. I know where I work, everything from TV monitors to emails to flyers they abound. They're everywhere. If anything, you run the risk of getting information overload versus not being informed. So I hope it's not too harsh to say this. Put your phone down, look around you, and see what opportunities are there, and see what's up. And finally, I'm going to deviate from Lorrie's list and give you one of my tips. Show up, be there, get out. Just do things, be visible. Don't just, if you attend school close to home, don't always go home between classes. If you are a residential student, don't spend your whole life in your room. I think it can be helpful to set goals too, because even me, I'm fairly outgoing, but at college, I found it difficult to do this sometimes. And setting goals can help a lot. So if you go to a party or an event, tell yourself, I'll give it 30 minutes or an hour. Okay, maybe it's a 3-hour event. You don't want to commit to going for 3 hours. Commit to going for 30 minutes. If you go to an event, commit to meeting 3 new people. If you're kind of shy, kind of backward, and it's overwhelming, if there's going to be hundreds of people there, set a goal of meeting 3 people. Set goals of maybe like attending 3 different events in a semester as well. Setting little goals like that can make it seem a little more attainable and not so overwhelming. So largely college is what you make it, and rarely will you have this many opportunities right at your fingertips. When you get to be my age, you have to look, you have to really look for opportunities. You have to schedule them into your busy life. But at college, I feel like they're all around you, so definitely take advantage of them. Your college experience really is what you make of it. So don't let good opportunities go to waste. So thank you for joining me today, and hopefully this has been beneficial. Hopefully this gets you thinking about ways to get involved on campus, but seriously do it. I know some of my biggest regrets in life are it's things I didn't do, not necessarily even things I did that I should have done. It was more of like missed opportunities. So go talk to that person, go to that event, go see what that club's about, because honestly, at the end of the day, really, what do you have to lose? So hopefully this has been beneficial. Please come back and join me soon for Denny Talks About College.